3 things you need to be aware of when choosing a gym or a program for self-defense. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 3 things that I think you need to be on the lookout for, and if you see these red flags, run the fuck away. I'm Coach Anthony Moore, the Human Fitness. I've been fighting mixed martial arts fighter since 2011. I've been doing martial arts since I was about 4 years old, and I've been teaching self-defense, martial arts, and general health and fitness since 2018. In this aspect, in this sphere of self-defense and martial arts, there are a couple things that you want to be aware of, in my personal opinion and my professional opinion, that are telltale red flags when choosing a gym or an instructor to learn self-defense from. Number 1, they deal in absolutes. One of the things that I preach is that self-defense is bloody, it's gory, it can be very messy. There are no absolute movements. If you have run into an instructor who says, well, all you have to do is this, run away from that instructor. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. There's a counter for every counter, and in the midst of a self-defense, violent encounter, there's a lot of chaos. Things happen. Nothing is ever choreographed and or scripted, so you don't want to train as if it will be. You want to train for the eventuality of different scenarios so that you have the best possible preparedness for anything. You can't ever train for everything, but you want to train for as many things as possible. Number 2, if they give you 11 things for one thing, I don't need 70 ways to know how to disarm a gun. I need 1 or 2 proven ways to deal with somebody who's holding a gun from me this way, a gun from me this way, a gun from me this way, and maybe a gun to the back of my head. If an instructor has 50,000 ways of doing something and it's all super intricate and you gotta do weird shit with your fingers and weird shit with them, run away. That's not a good place. Self-defense is very gross motor skill. If a movement only works for a certain group of people, let's say I'm teaching a combatives, and it only works because this person is a military person and they have the physique for it, then that's not a good self-defense thing that I should be teaching. That's something very, very targeted. Self-defense should be good for both the 12-year-old girl and the military combatives artist. And how they implement it will be different. How they go about it, of course, will be different. But it should be a movement or a chain of movements that they can easily pick up both of them and use as effectively as they possibly can. There's a lot of manipulation and intricacies and stuff. Get the fuck out of here. Now, of course, there's always going to be exceptions. I mean, if someone's in a wheelchair, if they got a cane or something, some type of disability, of course, young, older, there will be different variables, but you know what I'm talking about. It's those things that are like really intricate, like you gotta bend this and you gotta twist them this way, and get the fuck out of here. Just go to another gym. That's number 2. Number 3, first and last, if you're in a place that does not emphasize sparring, you need to get the fuck out of there. When you're learning self-defense, you have to be prepared for the eventuality that you will get hit in the face. You're not gonna come away from a knife attack unscathed. I'm in a self-defense situation. I always approach it as if I'm going to get hurt. How much can I prevent? How much damage can I prevent happening to me? That is always my biggest thing. If I'm gonna get stabbed, if I'm in a situation where someone is stabbing me, I need to be able to, I might get stabbed, but I want to be able to get to the nearest hospital, not dying from a billion stab wounds. That's my goal. My goal is not to, be Captain America and just, I'm big and bad. No, my goal is like, I'm being stabbed. I need to stop this shit and get some help. I'd rather get stabbed maybe once or twice and be able to incapacitate that guy long enough to get away than, being stabbed up 11 times because I'm trying to decide, number 1, what defense to use, and I'm not ready for it because I don't know what it feels like to be in that type of aggression. Of course, so a place that doesn't emphasize beating out or trying to tame the stress inoculation that comes along with a violent encounter. And that's something that if your place doesn't emphasize that aspect in sparring, then it's not a good place. And usually a lot of self-defense places don't have that aspect because you can only kick somebody in the balls once, really good, or only hit somebody in the throat or gouge somebody's eyes out once. However, I always tell people, if you want to be able to work on that stress inoculation, go learn how to box and then come back to your combatives training. Add the combatives training on top of working with boxers to spar. Learn just enough boxing to be able to get in the ring and spar, and take that back with you to combatives. Because now you have the ability to stand uncontrolled under fire, and that's going to enhance your ability to use your combatives. You can learn this using boxing, kickboxing, even jiu-jitsu to a certain degree. You just have to be in an art where you can be under fire for continuous minutes, multiple rounds, and you have to continuously, get hurt and learn to work through it. And if you take that ability and then bring it to your combatives or your self-defense training, it will help to enhance what you're already learning. And if any place doesn't offer that or doesn't stress that to you, then it's not a good place to be. Again, I'm Coach Anthony, More Than Human Fitness. If you like today's video, drop a like or a heart, ugly ass heart. Let me know that it's real. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell because we're bringing you great videos in the new year. I'm trying to get up to 10K, and I love y'all a lot, and I want y'all to love me back. If you have a comment, maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, make sure that you drop comments below, and I will get to them. If you want me to talk about a certain video, I have an email, and I will be dropping that into my bio. And you can also subscribe to my other links, my Instagram, and if TikTok isn't gone, just subscribe, follow me on TikTok too. But above all else, I love y'all, and y'all have a great rest of your new year. See y'all later.
This is where you gotta push past your limits. If you don't, then your path ends here.